because I've been on your show 3 times, and I have got a bit of a crush on you, to be honest.
Oh,
I don't mind admitting it. I mean, and Jane as well, obviously.
Oh, just make me feel a bit better now.
And the winner is... You know I'm a fan.
And the winner is...
It's got to be you. She offered me a fiver earlier on.
Oh, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, Scott Wright, who's kind to old ladies. Right, here's your final chance to get your hands on Jane's buttocks. No, some cash in our competition today. Here's a quick reminder of how to enter. Coronation Street, Scylla has a child called A. Chesney, B. Ken, or C. Les. Call 09012931941. Calls cost £1 but may vary from mobiles. Or text the word COMP followed by A, B or C to 63337. Each text costs £1 plus standard network charge. Entrance must be 18 or over. Terms and conditions at itv.com/loosewomen. Get dialing and good luck. Now after the break, soap icon Anita Dobson is here, so we'll see you soon. Welcome back to Loose Women. Now, all the way through the show, I've been testing your soap knowledge in today's competition. The lines are closed, I'm afraid, so no more calls, please. The question was, Coronation Street, Scylla has a child called A. Chesney, B. Ken, or C. Les, and the answer I'm relying on the audience here was... Chesney! Of course it was. Not that Scylla would be able to remember his name. Nope. We'll let you know who won the cash at the end of the show. Now, our next guest used to be the most loved landlady in Britain. Lost my lines there. Over 30 million of us tuned in to see EastEnders' Dirty Den serve Angie with divorce papers back in 1986. That's a long time ago. But now the Queen of the Vic is the Queen of Denmark in a new production of Hamlet. Please welcome Anita Dobson. Another Rear of the Year.
Yes.
I'm still looking fab. Look at that. You give young'uns a run for their money.
In 1986, I couldn't believe it when I was reading the notes. That's nearly 20 years ago.
I know, it's shocking, isn't it?
God. I mean, does it feel like that way to you? I mean, does it just feel dim and distant? I mean, that's another...
Feels very dim and distant.
Yeah.
It feels like another life. It feels like if I ever see the clips, it feels like a sort of distant relative. Like a cousin or a niece.
But what an absolute credit to you, though, that is the one thing that everybody remembers about EastEnders, no matter what. It's all Den and Angie.
Thank you.
So, and that's a credit to you, and that's why you're obviously doing Hamlet now and Shakespeare.
Hamlet, yes.
Fantastic.
I'm loving it, just loving it.
But I mean, it's a fairly difficult production, isn't it? The English touring theatre, and it's 16th century language, and you know, it's the kind of kosher production. I mean, is that difficult to engage with a production when it's in a language that's so unfamiliar to us these days?
Not really, because I did Shakespeare before EastEnders, so I'm not a stranger to it. Plus, when I was very little, my father gave me the complete works of Shakespeare, so I kind of have always had language in my life. My father loved words, the spoken word, and my mother used to sing, so I've got a bit of everything, which is nice.
Do you know, I'm finding it really funny sitting here, because obviously it's the first time I've met you, and you just speak so beautifully to me.
Oh, you're all right with me, love.
That's what I know. I'm just finding myself going like this. Great. Did you ever find that difficult? I mean, she was such a big character, wasn't she, Angie? And do you ever find it difficult crossing over into different characters and completely disregarding, I suppose, the character that you've played before?
Not really. I think that's why I wanted to be an actress. I love the variety. I love the fact that you can be doing a Jacobean tragedy 1 minute and then a sort of a soap, a pantomime, Pinter. I think that's what's wonderful about it, and that's what keeps me buzzing.
And of course, it actually only made up 3 years of your professional life, which is a blip, isn't it?
It is a blip. It was a very large blip, but it's a blip.
What do you think really made it have the lasting impact? I mean, I know at your heyday that you got something like 30 million viewers, which of course TV doesn't really get now. But I mean, do you think that's partly to do with why you had such a big impact?
I think really we were very lucky in the early days that we had wonderful scripts to me, which is why I love doing Hamlet, the script is the thing. I mean, we had great dialogue, and so it was all there. So if you get the right people to play with the right dialogue, then you should be home and dry.
I know where I've gone wrong now. See, my dad bought me the Beano.
Nothing wrong with the Beano.
I went wrong there. That was it. He should have bought me Shakespeare. But I just think it's amazing.
So the big wedding at the weekend, I don't know if you were watching them at all.
No, I didn't even know she got married.
Well, you must be the only person.
I don't read the newspapers.
But you got married in 2002 after 15 years. I take it you didn't go for an all-pink extravaganza, no?
I got married in scarlet.
Oh, did you?
Yes, I did.
Right.
Yes, I thought I'd been the Scarlet Woman long enough, so I'd get married in it.
Was it a big fandango do, or was it quite quiet?
No, it was very quiet. We got married in a registry office. We had to, of course. And we just had about 54 friends and family, very close. And it was all in a tiny little Italian restaurant. We crammed everybody in. And it was just like, if you close the door, it's like being in Italy. It was completely mad, but it was adorable. It was lovely.
You were together for 15 years, weren't you? Did you not feel like you wanted to go up the aisle a bit sooner? Or?
Well, I did, I suppose. We talked about it, but then Brian had to get divorced. And then time goes by, and then I'd be working, or he'd be working, or then you go off the idea, then he might go off the idea. And gradually time went by, and we sort of thought, well, we're quite happy as we are, and it didn't seem to be as important. And then later in life, we talked about it again, and I thought, well, I've done all the hard bit. You know, you go through them for better or worse. But I've done the hard bit. I want some good bits now. So I said, you know, I really think I'm ready to settle down. 2 weeks later, I was married.
Oh, really? Yeah. And did it feel different?
It did, and it does feel different, and I heartily recommend it. It's fantastic.
Good.
We might win K-Round eventually. Not quite sure. She's taking some persuading.
It's only been 11 years with us. We've got another 4 years to go.
I'm nearly there.
Yeah,
nearly there.
Fancy
Go
being
for
married,
it.
though. Fancy being married to Brian.
We have to confess here, Anita, that Jane fancies your husband.
I've done for many years.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll tell him, he'll be thrilled. He will. No, he will.
Yeah, right.
He will. No, he will. As you get older.
Well, Jane, you
might
should
be,
embarrass
not you.
yourself. Stop it now. Right, now listen. Anita, thanks very much for coming. But just to say, though, that you start on the 23rd of September in Oxford. It's an 8-week... yes, you better get rehearsing.
Yes.
It's an 8-week run all around the country.
Yes, we do 4 weeks, we have a break, then we do another 4 weeks.
And it is a highly acclaimed production of Hamlet. So
it is. We have Ed Stoppard playing Hamlet, and it's a really good cast. So
well, we wish you luck with it. Everyone, Anita Dobson. Okay, that's it. We've got some great guests coming up. Cynthia Lennon, the Sugar Babes, Melanie Sykes, Casey Ainsworth. Plus, he's one of a few good men. Actor John Barrowman will be here on tomorrow's show with...